What is going on, everybody? My name is Baloo and welcome to the jungle. This is the channel where we take a very simple approach to technical analysis. We look at the price in the context of volume using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you hit the subscribe button or leave me a follow on Twitch. I do this every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So in today's video, I kind of want to talk about what is going on with the Binance Smart Chain. A lot of these projects have really taken off. We're seeing a lot of the liquidity drain out of the Ethereum network and a lot of these DeFi plays and transfer over and migrate into the Binance ecosystem. So a lot of the projects that are on the Binance ecosystem have been really pumping, and also BNB as well. The Binance token that is used to run the chain has been on an absolute tear. So we're going to really focus on the Binance ecosystem today. I want to look at BNB and I want to look at a couple other coins that are kind of, I want to kind of explain the migration process and how it kind of goes down as far as some of these other tokens. I did leave in the Telegram chat. I am a RYI holder. So, RYI is heading over to the Binance Smart Chain, and there's a little bit of a migration process to that. So for those who may be less familiar with how these things kind of work, like I was basically yesterday, we're gonna kind of visit what that process looks like. And it is a little confusing without guidance, but it's also not that difficult either. So first off, I want to just go ahead and take a look at the Binance chart. So I'm looking at the short-term trend of this chart right now. I'm actually on the 15-minute, just observing this trend line and how steady it is. The Binance is just, it's in very high demand right now. Because of the amount of projects that are not only migrating, but kind of taking off inside of the Binance chain, Binance Smart Chain ecosystem, the demand for BNB tokens is very high. And when you have high demand, the selling pressure, it really doesn't affect the price. So you get a very steady climb, and we're seeing that inside of this asset. If we just zoom out onto a higher time frame, I'm just gonna go on to the 4 hour here for a second. 4 hour, it's a huge bull flag. Let me just, I'll leave that line for now. But very consistent and steady price action. We basically have like a stair that is being built here. So, we took a step up. Let me get my pen here. We took a step up. We are now flat, and we're now taking our next step up. So, very tight, very controlled price action. This is not characteristics of distribution. You could see the climactic action of the buyer's climax right here in the volume, and then the volume just tapered right off until we hit the breakout right here. This is really healthy. It's showing that the sellers are selling, they're getting their opportunity, they're meeting the liquidity because the demand is so high, and then we're just, the sellers are gone and we consistently see higher prices. This is not your signal to go and FOMO into BNB. Right now, there's not enough of a trading range for you to really make a solid entry into this asset, but it's definitely one that you want to monitor. I think that, just given the fact that for you to do anything on the Binance Smart Chain, you need BNB, people are getting really bullish on BNB. Even though you don't even need that much. The transaction fees on the Binance Smart Chain network are pennies compared to Ethereum's dollars. So there's definitely a very good value proposition in regards to what is going on with the Binance Smart Chain. And I think it's a smart move for the RYI team to want to transition over to that space because it's hot. They saw that it was hot and they got over there. They're getting involved, and I think that that's a really smart move. So basically, you are a holder of ERC20 tokens. This is the token that is distributed through the Ethereum ecosystem. You may be one of those holders who is holding RYI or RYIP. And hold on one sec. Just got a message I gotta check. Okay, just making sure that my audio was all good. Anyways. So Joshua says we need to find some BSC gems that are next to go. and I will get to that. But I want to just focus a little bit more on kind of what to do, basically. So you hold ERC20 tokens. Joshua says we need to find some BSC gems. Let me just, don't need to listen to myself twice. And you basically need a bridge. So you need a bridge from the Ethereum network, the ERC20 token, into the Binance network. You need to transfer your tokens into BEP 20 tokens. So how you do that is with a service such as BurgerSwap. So if you are unfamiliar with BurgerSwap, basically, it's a swap. You can trade on this. You can pool liquidity into this protocol. You can purchase the governance tokens, which are the Burger tokens. And you can also use this Ethereum BNB bridge. There's going to be some disclaimers to make sure that you kind of understand what is going on here. But basically what you need is you need a Binance Smart Chain wallet. How you get a Binance Smart Chain wallet is actually quite simple. If you are following me on Twitch right now, I'm just going to drop a link in the chat so you can go ahead and check out that article that basically runs you through how to get the Binance Smart Chain up and running on your MetaMask wallet. I was going to just use the Binance wallet, the native Binance wallet, but I got some messages that kind of made me concerned as far as security issues on my Brave browser, and then I read some of the reviews, and a lot of people were dissatisfied with the app. I have been using MetaMask for a very long time, and if you've ever gotten hands-on with the DEX, you are also probably using a MetaMask wallet. So you can open up a separate network on your MetaMask and set it up as a Binance Smart Chain network, and you can do that provided in the link that I have in the chat of the Twitch that I've just dropped. So you can go ahead and check that out. And if you're following me on YouTube, you're gonna have to go into the Discord, and I have it linked in the announcements of my Discord. People who are joining on Twitch, you're more than welcome to join the free Discord as well. So once you have that set up, you're going to go to BurgerSwap. You're then going to find your assets on the Ethereum network. Harpdog asks if this works with Binance US. This is a decentralized application. There is no borders, there is no governance. If you can get your hands on BNB token in the US, you can use this decentralized application. It's borderless and permissionless. So no restrictions for US users. But basically, once that is all set up, you can get your ERC20 tokens, the RYI, or RYIP, sorry, RYI is not quite ready yet, but RYIP tokens, and you can create a bridge token, so it'll be BRYIP. Let's not get into the semantics of all of these codes and stuff, but yeah. Basically what you're going to do is go to BurgerSwap, you're going to bridge your tokens into the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem, and then you're good to go. You will have those tokens in your MetaMask wallet. You just need to paste the Ethereum address, much like you would do if you were on the Ethereum network. So that is enough of a tutorial right there. If there are more questions that you want answered, feel free to join the free Discord in the link below, and we can get you kind of sorted out so that you have a little bit more guidance on how to do that. But this is a technical analysis channel, so I want to focus on the technical analysis. So BNB looking really, really healthy. Yeah, it's pumping. Yeah, you kind of need to wait for a bit of a consolidation range to develop here. We may get a change of character here. We don't really know. If the supply is to match this previous buyer's climax, look for an area that matches this amount of volume. It may increase, it may decrease. If it does decrease, it's showing you that the buyers are getting exhausted. If it increases, then you know that there's good momentum inside of this asset. So I also want to go ahead and take a look at BurgerSwap. Let's take a look at Venus Protocol. So this is another one on the Binance chain. And this has just been on a tear. Everything that is on the Binance chain has been really, really performing quite well. I think that people are really going to adopt this chain, not only for the fees, but just because of the trust that is going along with trading on Binance. A lot of people trust that exchange. A lot of people are going to trust this decentralized application as well. So, this is not a trading scenario per se. I'm just kind of pointing out the momentum that has been existing inside of these coins. And, I did have a trading range way down here on this asset. Of course, I find these drawings sometimes where I, get interest in an asset and don't actually end up taking a position because there's just so many coins, it's hard to keep up. But yeah, I was charting this one way down, and if I took a position, I would be quite a happy camper right now. But c'est la vie, that is the way life goes sometimes. So if you are looking for some of these hidden gems and some of these other projects, I encourage you to sign up for the free newsletter. So I do write articles. We at the Arcane Bear, we write a lot of articles in regards to finding these kind of it's such an overused term, but hidden gems. We try and find some setups that are favorable on the technical side that also are favorable on the fundamentals side. So we do a lot of fundamental analysis and combine that with the technicals so that, a lot of times the fundamentals can be very strong, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the price will increase because there's still a lot of people willing to sell at those prices. So we kind of combine the two in order to, you find the demand side on the fundamentals and you find the supply side on the technicals. And when you bring those together, you can get some really good setups. So I encourage you to join the free newsletter linked in the description below. Go to arcanebear.com/Baloo. And if you are interested in kind of educating yourself and leveling up your trading experience, I encourage you to sign up for the private Bear Den as well. A lot of value inside of that community. We are an education-focused community. So that's enough of the pitch. Let's get back into the technicals. So Burger is also one that looks pretty interesting. Now there's a lot going on this chart. And for those who are unfamiliar, I practice my analysis using the Wyckoff method. The Wyckoff method is a method that was used way back in the day by an individual by the name of Richard D. Wyckoff. He was a very interesting man that, learned, it's one of the original forms of technical analysis. This was actually invented before there was even like vertical bars on a chart. People were getting asset prices out of a ticker tape and writing down on a chart manually the fluctuations of this market. Things are a lot easier now, but he developed this method that kind of it interprets the price action inside of accumulation and gives you price targets and direction potential based on the price structure that you're seeing. So we do kind of have quite a volatile structure here on Burger Binance token. It's the Binance pair, but it has been performing quite well when compared to Binance token, BNB, which has also been performing very well. So there's a lot of momentum in the space. There's a ton of momentum in the space. And I think if we can get a clear break above 0.04 BNB on side of this asset, we're really going to see a commitment to the upside and a favorable trading environment where you're going to want to look for those pullbacks, buy the dip. So if we do get a break, watch for a pullback back here. And then, anytime that there's a pullback, when we're in an uptrend, when we're in markup, you want to just go ahead and place a position at those pullbacks. Make sure you're not over leveraging yourself. Make sure that your position sizes are appropriate for your portfolio. This is a highly speculative asset, but because I got hands-on with this one and I got to experience the value proposition of this particular asset when I transitioned my RYIP tokens onto the Binance Smart Chain network, I can see the value. And when you see the fundamental value and you see the technical setup, that is the best time to look towards taking a position in those assets. So I think it looks really, really good. I'm just going to take a moment here and just catch up with the chat, see what we got here. So, yes, this works for Binance US. what Jeremy thinks says me too. Venus was on the list and I just didn't get around to it. Yeah, there's so many assets. And so Cake, a lot of people have probably heard about Pancake, Pancake Swap, the governance token for the Pancake protocol. Me and another group member were just kicking ourselves yesterday on a conference call as we were talking about how many thousands of tokens we were holding at one point many months ago. And we're just, this was just the boom, and there was a lot of silliness, and there was a lot of, very weird coins that were happening at the time. And, we saw the momentum, so we took a position, but we didn't take it serious at all. We were just like, oh, Pancake Swap, oh, and you can get syrup tokens. And it really did feel like a joke. And long story short, both of us could have bought a house by now if we had held those thousands of tokens, because they are up around $15 a token right now. So, it does help to really dive into the fundamentals of anything that you hold. I do lean heavy on the technicals. So sometimes I will buy stuff without a really good understanding of the fundamentals. And I need to remember that this is a very innovative space, and you really do need to focus on what the value that is being proposed is occurring inside of these assets, so that you can really combine the two, because it's quite an asymmetric space, and you want to be positioned in the ones that are appropriate and contributing to the future of decentralized finance the best that you can, because we made a judgment based on the name, and that's like judging a book by its cover. So lesson learned. What are your favorite burger toppings? All of them. Anything goes. I have no rules with food. Easy Fi. Okay, let me see what else we got in the chat here, and then we can go ahead and take a look at Easy Fi. Yeah, the food marketing, I don't get it. Sushi Swap, burger, pancake, it's just, I don't understand it either. Okay, okay. We can go ahead and take a look at Loop Ring as well, LRC. But let's go ahead and take a look at a coin that I have never heard of. So you're getting my pure and unbiased opinion on this asset. And that is, where did it go? Easy Fi. So first things first, I go over to CoinGecko. And let's go ahead and take a look at Easy Fi. Or let's go to CoinGecko first. If it will load. And we will go to Easy Fi. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. And anything you guys can do to contribute to this community, really, it's blowing my mind how much people are just loving what I'm doing, because I'm just reading charts and looking at websites. But you guys are really helping me push forward and helping me educate myself and keeping me accountable so that I can provide better value for you. So thank you. EasyFi.network, let's take a look. It's up 35% on the day. Lending protocol for digital assets. The number one thing, my number one go-to whenever I'm looking at a new protocol is I want to look at the app. If they don't have an app launched, I kind of don't really, I don't really like, that they don't have an app. So that's the first thing that I go for. So this is available on the Matic network. So that's a good coin. We'll go ahead and take a look at what's going on with Matic as well. But we have a lending protocol, so EasyFi lending. This is the trend that we're seeing. So right now, what is hot is Binance Smart Chain. So, the Aave equivalent, the YFI equivalent, like any of those equivalent tokens, the yield aggregators, or Reef, the price, liquidity aggregators, all of these protocols that kind of are mimicking what we were doing in Ethereum, they're all pumping inside of Binance Chain. So I anticipate that this is going to kind of be the frenzy. We are getting to that speculative stage in the market where, the bubble is really going to start inflating. And, you do need to be on your toes, and you need to be very careful moving forwards, because we are very much so in the speculative stage of this bull market. And what happens in the speculative stage is we're no longer selling the facts, we're selling the story. And stories are a lot easier to come up with a good story if they try hard enough. It's really hard to actually put the fundamentals. You can copy a coin and put it in the right narrative and people are going to buy it. So we need to be very careful going forwards, but a trend that I am speculating will happen is we're going to see these platform build out sessions. So Cardano, for example, is getting to the point where they're going to be releasing smart contracts. So we're probably going to see a bit of a Cardano boom, where all of the different components that make up the Cardano ecosystem in terms of decentralized finance are really going to start to boom. And then we're going to go to the next one. And that's how it's going to be. So be prepared. Be prepared for some serious volatility, because we're going to see a huge rush into a lot of these projects. And then we're going to see a huge rush out of these projects. So I do think that there's going to be some really crazy volatility moving forwards in the next few months. So, this is the app. It's kind of struggling to load any data. That's probably due to the fact that I don't have the Matic network hooked up to my MetaMask, nor am I going to do so on this stream, but they have a product. If you are interested, go and find out how to put the Matic network onto your MetaMask wallet. Go ahead and connect your wallet to this platform and do your own fundamental analysis. But we can go ahead and take a look at the technicals on this. So easy, it's called easy. Let's see if this shows up on TradingView. Easy Ethereum. So it is on the Ethereum pair available on Binance. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a cup and handle formation occurring. So a cup and handle, I keep my analysis really, really simple, guys. We can see this downtrend here. We have this downtrend that kind of hit a floor. This floor acted as support for a very long time. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and mark this down as a, here, let me go to the 3-day chart. There's not enough information. Daily, let's go with the daily. It's pumping today, but we're butt up against resistance right now. So this is not the time to be buying right now. Just putting that out there. Let me delete that. All right, let's try this again. Come on, work with me, work with me. So here is our resistance area right here. So I'm just going to make note of that. I'm just going to go to this first real change of character here down to this low right around here, and I'm just going to go ahead and drag that across. So it looks as though we are breaking out of the resistance currently. There is kind of a breakout area right here that we want to pay attention to. So watch this level, see how we're butt up right against that right now. That was the previous high. So pay attention to what is going on there. We may come down for a test. So be on the lookout for two potential scenarios. So we may come down and test this area before taking another attempt to the upside, or we very well may break through this with a very aggressive sign of strength and then come down to test those levels again before making a move up. Okay. Okay, so that is easy. Pretty clean technical setup on that one. I think that's definitely a favorable trading setup. Those are pretty easy to spot, the cup and handles. I'm not even going to do Wyckoff on it, because I think that Wyckoff in this scenario will just kind of overcomplicate what's going on here. Matic network, pay attention to Matic. It might be Matic first. We might see a transitioning over to the Matic network before we see a transition into Cardano, because Cardano doesn't even have the smart contracts launched yet. So pay attention, keep your ear to the ground as far as where the money is flowing. You need to be where the money is flowing. Right now, there's still a lot of influx of funds heading into the Binance Smart Chain because of the fees, But, you know, when the fun is over, we may see a transition into Matic network. So I'm definitely going to be getting that set up and take a look at what's going on with Matic. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at another coin that has been piquing my interest. If there's anything else that you guys, you know what, we haven't talked about Bitcoin, so let's just really quickly talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, beautiful price structure. We had this reaccumulation schematic. Again, if you are interested in learning more about the Wyckoff method, sign up for the free newsletter, sign up for the private bear den in the links below, arcanebear.com/Baloo, and we'll get you set up and really, you know, education is your number one. Anything you're doing in investing, the more you read, the more you educate, the more powerful of an investor you're going to be. So if you really truly value the performance of your portfolio, you have to focus on education. Whether that is by yourself or with a team of analysts and mentors, it's entirely up to you. You know, everybody's miles may vary, but I cannot stress to you enough the importance of education. So please take that into consideration moving forwards, because I do think that we're definitely in the speculative stage of this bull market. We're really going to see how the behavior of these assets, you know, work going forwards. Bitcoin, it's in an uptrend. You know, we have a new high. So where this high caps out, I don't know. We could cap out at 56,000. I don't know. But the point is the price structure is still macro bullish. We're making higher highs, we're making higher lows. It's not moving as fast as a lot of other stuff, but you know, it's in a really good spot, and institutions are still buying at these levels, in my opinion. So there's nothing to worry about in terms of your Bitcoin holdings. Ethereum finally getting a little bit of a breakout here. You know, if Ethereum, you know, it's doing a breakout right now, but what Ethereum needs is a breakthrough. They really need to solve the fee issues inside of their ecosystem. But they also may not have to do that either, because Ethereum is also really easy for the retail investor to buy. So that might be the driving factor, is just people kind of understanding what's going on with Ethereum, but maybe not getting actually hands-on with the DEX. They may just know that that there's a lot being built on Ethereum, which there is. You know, there's a ton that's being built on Ethereum. Ethereum is nowhere near dead, not even close. But you know, the retail investor, wherever they go to buy Bitcoin, wherever those fiat on-ramps are, there's usually Bitcoin and there's usually Ethereum right beside it, along with some other coins as well. So typically the coins that are easiest to buy do very well in the later stages of a bull market. And we're seeing higher highs and higher lows inside of Ethereum. So I'm really liking what's going on there. And we can also see on the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, if we zoom out on this one, let's go to the 3-day chart on this one, because there's a lot of data to process. But this is the performance of Ethereum when compared to the performance of Bitcoin. So it's pretty much been neck and neck with Bitcoin. It's underperformed against Bitcoin, it's overperformed against Bitcoin, but overall it's been flat. And so it's just been keeping up with the performance of Bitcoin. So, but what's interesting here is we're starting to see higher highs and we're starting to see higher lows. So this is indicating that Ethereum is getting ready for a bit of an outperformance inside of Bitcoin. So if we do get a higher low and a higher high, we can really start to change the trend, and we're really going to start to see some crazy levels inside of Ethereum. Not financial advice, never get financial advice from a cartoon bear, but that is my own speculative analysis based on the chart that I'm seeing inside of the Bitcoin pair on the on Ethereum. So very positive price action that we're seeing. We're just, you know, things go slower than we want them to. That's just the way it is. Sometimes we hold coins longer than we anticipate holding them. We always think that the moon comes tomorrow and the Lambo is the order for the Lamborghini is ready to go. But the reality is tech takes time. Projects take time to develop. Investors take time to convince. You know, these things take time. These things don't happen tomorrow. So get a good position in a project with good fundamentals, with good technicals, and just, you know, be a little bit more patient, because this thing ain't gonna happen tomorrow. It's just not. So that's where we're at with it right now. So what do we got going on in the chat here? So right. Yeah, so I think that's basically the amount of information that I wanted to cover in the stream today. I really wanted to focus on what's going on with Binance and some of the projects that are inside of Binance. We can take a look at Cake, I guess. I did mention Cake, but we didn't pull the chart up. For those who are in Cake, we can decide on exits in Cake. Let's go with, do we want BNB? Let's go with BNB because I feel like a lot of people are treating this very similar to, you know what, I don't like that chart. Change my mind. We'll go with the stablecoin version, that's BUSD. Okay, so, this is not something you would ever buy. Don't buy this. If you're thinking about buying Cake right now, just don't. And when I say that, I don't want to hear tomorrow, hey, it pumped 70% the next day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it keeps going. It's irresponsible for you to buy something like this. That's the point I'm trying to make. So when you're seeing a coin that is moving like this, you don't buy it. You look for the trading range. Look for the trading range to develop. So as you see the trading range begin to develop, now you have something that you can work with. You have, the ability to make a trading plan. Without a trading plan, you're just gambling. And you know what? You don't need to be watching technical analysis channels if you are just gambling, because anybody can gamble. You just got to put money on the table. That's it. That's all you need to do to gamble. If you are interested in learning technical analysis, then, wait for the signals. Wait for the buy signals. I can't stress that enough. So here's our trading range, really bullish price action. We got our buyer's climax, our automatic reaction, and then we really stayed in the middle of the range until we really started to curl out of here. So on this entry, we're moving fast. We're moving very fast inside of Cake. So you're going to be down on the smaller time frames. If we go to the 1 hour, we got one very small test. So we got the signal of strength as we left the range, and we came down for one test right here. That's it, just one little test. And then we were off to the races. So when things are moving very, very quickly, you can get into these plays with a lot of momentum, and it can turn out to work in your favor more often than not. But what you want to do is you really want to try and get in at the accumulation. So what I advise that you do is load your watch list up, okay? Find the trends, find the markets that are moving, and I definitely missed Cake. Whatever, I'm not going to be sour about it, but it is hard to hold a lot of something and then have it go away. But so let me just zoom this out here. You want to find a bottoming formation. They are few and far between now, but they do still exist. So on your TradingView watch list, load it up with all the assets. So here's my Binance futures watch list. Every asset that is offered on Binance with futures contracts is on this watch list. I'm not saying go and do futures contracts. I'm saying wherever you are doing your trading, get them all in there. Get them all in there. You can remove them if you really don't like the fundamentals, but start out with them in your watch list. So, you're just going to cycle through like, okay, well, it looks like Aave's coming down for a test. I'll pay attention to that. This one's flagging. Cardano, Algo looks like it's flagging as well. You just go through all of the assets and look at the structure. Is it in a bottoming pattern? Is it in a reaccumulation? That's where you find the opportunities. You don't find them first with the fundamentals. If you look for the fundamentals first, you're going to fall in love with projects that have a lot of selling pressure inside of them already. Look for the technical setups first, then back up that technicals with a little bit of fundamentals. And the fundamentals at this stage in the game don't need to be much. I mean, hell, just a tweet as far as a partnership can be enough sometimes. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and don't buy green candles. That's the best advice that I can give you right now. What's going on, Shroomer? So Shroomer is one of our top analysts in the Discord. So if you want to get to know Shroomer, wicked on the charting, wicked with the trading view, and he's very good at helping people too. So I'm in there a lot. Shroomer's in there a lot. Bowen is in there a lot. Christian is in there a lot. We have a lot of really good analysts that are ready to help you learn this method, because I think we all kind of get a little bit of a satisfaction in knowing that we're helping people to answer the questions that we didn't have when we were first getting into this market. If I had the Discord that I have Right now, when I first got into crypto, I would be miles ahead of the game. So, you know, you really need to kind of involve yourself with the community and find a mentor that can really help you. So I encourage you to join the Discord down below. RSR, yeah. RSR, we posted a setup on RSR in the private bear den. So if you are wanting to kind of get some of those VIP calls, those coin calls and setups, join the private bear den down below. But RSR, there it is. Yeah, so here was our technical setup on RSR. Let me go down to the 6 hour here. And you know what? You guys are getting a free setup right now because it looks like it took off and it looks like it's testing right where we needed it to. So basically where we posted this setup was pretty much right. I think we were just breaking out. So we were just breaking out of the channel right about here. So this is basically what our setup looked like. And since then, the price has developed and we've come down for a nice test. So the test is so important. You have to wait for the test, and we're getting a test right now. We have a nice test here. Okay. So, you know, the test is what you want to buy. Don't buy the green FOMO candle. Don't. That's for somebody else to do. Let the newbies do that. You have patience. You know where the project's going. You know that traders are in here and they're going to sell. Wait for the test because the buyers are going to step in at the right time and they're going to defend the price structure if the asset is indeed bullish. If it's not, they're not going to defend the price structure. So you need to wait for those tests. Okay, we're in a bullish market. Wait for those tests. They're just going to cause you so much less aggravation moving forwards. You know, don't buy those big green FOMO candles. It's just not a good idea. Yeah, this is a beautiful backup. Beautiful backup. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you all for joining into the stream. Again, if my breakdown of the Binance Smart Chain wasn't good enough, you know, I kind of need to strike a balance. This is a TA channel. I do try to focus on the TA. So if you want a little bit more information on how to kind of set up the Binance Smart Chain network, by all means, join the Discord. I'll point you in the right direction. We'll get you set up. We'll get you ready to go. That's not your invitation to go and FOMO into stuff, but I just, you know, we got to get hands-on with this stuff because this is what is happening. This is decentralized finance is the direction that cryptocurrency is going in. So it's in your best interest to kind of learn how these things work. So getting ahead of the game is always a good idea, and getting ahead when there's friction will offer you opportunity. Anytime that there's friction in the space, when there's a learning curve, when there's any sort of like any friction whatsoever, it's like trying to set up your Avalanche wallet right now. There's a ton of friction. When there's friction, there's opportunity. It's in your best interest to stay ahead of the game, educate yourself. And again, education is our #1 thing that we focus on in the group. So that's all the time I have for today. If you enjoyed the content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And if there are any coins that you would like me to take a look at, leave them in the comments section down below. And until next time, please trade safe. It's a jungle out there. Peace.